Hey fellas, I'm Bale and welcome to part 3 of an ongoing series where I'm recreating Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach in Minecraft plus all of its cut content. After finishing Roxy Raceway from last episode, today I'll be tackling 4 whole different areas. We have Chica's Bakery, Mazercise, Airlock 4 from pre-release, and the gondola maintenance tunnels from Security Breach Ruin. Compared to the last video, these areas are a lot smaller, hence why I've bundled them all together into one episode, which I think will make things a little bit more interesting. Before getting into the time-lapse, I just want to thank you guys for the support I've been getting over the last few months. I began this project a long time before starting this series, and I've always had people backing me up throughout the process, but having now gained a very small but nice following has been so awesome to see. We've already hit almost 200 subscribers and 70 Discord members as of me writing this, and we're only 2 videos into this entire channel, so really thank you guys for showing your interest in this series already. It's definitely helped me boost my motivation to create these videos for you all. With that out of the way though, let's head to the time-lapse. Wait, what? Where's the video? So, similar to the last video and how I seemingly lost a bunch of recordings before editing the entire thing, quite literally all of my footage from building the bakery section specifically is completely corrupted. Not entirely sure what happened down the road for that to occur, but it's a really big shame considering just how much damn fun it was to build the bakery. Anyways though, I might as well show off the bakery portion while I can before we actually get into the time-lapse. So starting off, here's the main entrance that we take in Security Breach. Coming in, it's a very colourful environment, again a very large contrast to the Raceway's dull reds and oranges. There's a lot of nice decorative pieces here. It sucks that this area had no gameplay significance, considering how much there is to look at here. Although I don't have many progress screenshots that I took while building, I managed to capture this singular one, which I guess is interesting enough to show, I think. It was about halfway into building the main area. Here we have the main cupcake shop itself, with the massive cupcake, which went through a few design tweaks before I settled on this little funky guy. Around the side here, we have the enclosure of machinery and conveyor belts. No idea what it is, but it looks pretty cool, I guess. Just before we enter the shop, I want to show a few sources of cut content that I've managed to restore here. Directly opposite to the double doors is this cut second bakery entrance that would have linked up to Gator Golf's lobby, which can be seen here in an old pre-release teaser. Over to the far right, we have a cut third bakery entrance. This one we have evidence of in the base game. It's all just kind of blocked off by a wall and hiding in the dark, but this one connects up to the atrium. Having these 2 connections back really helps with just convenience and getting from one place to another, I think. Lastly, we just have this set of double doors which connects to a massive stairwell leading to the old backstage, which I clearly haven't started construction on yet, and probably won't for quite a while, but that will be for the future. That's all the cut content out of the way though. Moving inside the bakery, I made the decision to tidy the place up. Similar to my redecorating of the Raceway, I'm choosing to try and keep most areas of the Pizzaplex as clean as possible, and the bakery is no different. You can see the tables and chairs are back in their place, nothing is toppled over, and there's no rubbish on the floor anymore. Towards the back, we have another replica of the cupcake, and the little storage room with Chica's feeding frenzy, which, while I'm here, I should probably clarify that I don't really know what my plans are with recreating all the minigames yet, but while I continue to ponder on it, I would keep my hopes low, at least for now. Down at the very end we have the small little kitchen, and these double doors here lead to a set of corridors from Ruin, which I haven't built yet. Finally, we have the small restroom here, and that's about everything for the main part of the bakery. I do say main part because obviously in Ruin we got an entire other room added. This large open kitchen room was a really neat addition that expanded on the bakery, and although it was placed very illogically in that game, I managed to make it work by shifting the whole thing down and to the left, which also allowed me to add some new doors in place connecting to it. Now unfortunately, a large chunk of me recording this area was also corrupted, which sucks. I did manage to salvage a few bits here and there, but we're about caught up to the time-lapse anyways, so let's move on to that now. While the kitchen stays as faithful as possible to its original look and feel, you can already see that I've massively cleaned up the place similar to the bakery. It definitely looks a bit strange, considering the room was built with looking messy and disgusting and yucky and ewy in the first place, but I also kind of like the tidied up look that makes it look a lot more usable. The gondola maintenance area similarly is also cleaned up a little bit, I guess. I think it's just a little less grime and dust everywhere, still acting like a last minute storage room. Where it gets funky and creative is at the stairs. This set of stairs you're seeing now obviously didn't exist originally. It used to be a stairwell that led to the bakery's kitchen, but obviously because ruin logic is really stupid, I had to turn it into a long descending hall that takes you elsewhere through the bakery, which we will see later. This garage door here never had functionality in Ruin. It was completely blocked off, but I wanted to give it a purpose, so I turned it into the new stairs that leads to the kitchen instead. Now, obviously it looks nothing alike, this entire thing is custom designed, but I really liked the gradual back and forth descending stairs that I made. I think it lets you get a good view as you go up or down. This little hall through here is just the final connect piece between both areas, the wall staying true to the source material this time. Next up is Mazercise, everyone's favourite. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure I got this entire attraction done in like 2 days, maybe 3. I knew it was a tiny area, but man, did it require very, very little time, which is, I mean, fine by me. Building it was fun, I guess. It's a very nothing burger attraction, especially in the front section, but I mean, it was still nice to get it done so quickly. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . you'll start to see that I had a very hard time figuring out what pattern to use for the maze walls. I think I had about like 4 different styles until I stuck with just using blocks in patterns, so it's not so hard on the eyes. It's still hard on the eyes. I also really loved using that alternating pattern of the stripped wood to make the blocky, cross-hatchy look on all the walls. I probably should have gotten this cut airlock, I believe it's airlock 4, done a long time ago when I built the atrium, but I decided to include it last minute here since it links up like 3 areas that I've already built now, minus L chips. The decorative pieces here are almost all custom, besides the few that were left over when this map was found hiding in the files. All in all though, this area was a nice wind down after everything that I spent days working on, and I believe I managed to make it look nice without adding too much or too little. And finally, that's all of the building done. I will get us started with showing off the kitchen first. The main entrance to get in is through this smaller kitchen inside the shop. I just moved a few obstacles out of the way to make room for this doorway, which I think fits really well. There's another entrance by this customer service desk that I thought I'd just add for the sake of it. And lastly, this extra one over here that connects to the restroom at the back. Already, it's very apparent just how much has been cleaned up in this area. Where were once piles of trash and debris is now a very open area with space to move around and store machinery and equipment. There are heaps of these big machines laying around. I assume they produce the pastry dough or something to be later used for the cakes and whatever, but they were definitely a unique challenge to build with a strange shape and design, but I think they look nice nonetheless. Up the ladder, there's a few more conveyor belts and machines. At the end, we can see this little belt that enters this room as quickly as it leaves. Just one of the few clashes from this ruin area and the base security breach layout. But I think that's pretty much all for the main kitchen area. Starting at the entrance to the gondola maintenance tunnels, I added this new section of catwalk from Gator Golf. So now there's a walkable part of this area without needing to ride one of the gondolas, thankfully. Through the main entrance, we got this funky little storage room, which I've tidied up a small amount, not too much going on. Slowly coming upstairs to the main area, this room's layout is very interesting in how everything's on a 45-degree angle. Something Security Breach doesn't like to do too much, weirdly. This is all mostly just clutters of storage and junk piled around everywhere. Nothing to note really, besides the inclusion of the cursed diagonal Monty ride. Up on this little platform, we have the door that would have led to the bakery kitchen in ruin, but as I mentioned earlier, that all had to unfortunately change if this room wanted a chance at fitting inside the bounds of Security Breach. Walking down this hall leads us to the small little catwalk that you may have noticed hovering over us while I was touring the outside of the cupcake shop. Coming further takes us through one last hallway with some cluttered items, which we saw in the time-lapse, before we enter Mazercise, believe it or not. I think this is a really nice little connector piece that not only further intertwines all the locations, but gives Mazercise a direct entrance to Gator Golf that doesn't require crawling through a vent for 20 seconds. Returning to the maintenance area though, I'll take us through the initially unused garage door, and immediately at the very top of this stairwell we can get a funky little view from down below, which I really enjoy. Winding down this zigzag of stairs takes us through this last little hallway, leading back to the kitchen via the way we enter in ruin. Next up is Mazercise, which is obviously very small, but not without its details. I actually really enjoyed creating the little rainbow patterns on the ceiling here that pop out a little bit. I can't say I don't enjoy the rainbowy aesthetic that Mazercise is trying to go for. Definitely helps it stand out a little bit. Through into the maze entrance, there isn't too much going on throughout this space, but I mean, we have the control room. I think I managed to cram just about everything I could into this tiny little room, except for all the buttons, of course. I've been asked about recreating the Mazercise gameplay in some way on this map, and as much as I despise this puzzle with every inch and fibre of my very being, it sounds like it could be a fun little thing to try out someday. Inside the maze, it is, once again, an eyesore, no matter what design I tried to muster up for the maze walls, unfortunately. Regardless, everything still ended up as good as I think I could get it, and the best part, the puzzle's already solved. Lastly, we just have the cut airlock. The main entrance is through the atrium, and we immediately got 3 options. To the left takes us back to Mazercise, and to the right leads to the kitchen in El Chips, an area I'm saving for another day. But through this third door near it though, we have a storage hall for the maze walls, which is cool. Leading out to this little open space is just some more decorative pieces I added to liven up the place. And leading further down is this set of stairs that leads to, wouldn't you believe it, another hallway. At the end is this stairwell that I teased in episode 1, which if you don't remember, connects back to the daycare down in this large room here. Airlock 4 has got to be up there as one of my favourite cut maps in this game, simply for how much it connects. It would have been so extremely convenient to have in the base game, especially because of the Mazercise fetch quest. Anyways though, that is every area of the bakery and Mazercise covered. This episode did take a while to come out, I apologise, but I've never really stuck to a schedule anyways, so oh well. I'm super happy with how all these areas turned out, and I can't wait to continue building and get another step closer to finishing this project. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe and join my little Discord server if you want to keep up to date with future uploads and updates as I progress. I happily take any feedback as I continue to grow as a creator, so please comment what you like and don't like so I can look out for what to improve on. But with that said, I will see you all in the next episode. See ya!